Right, in this video, we're going to look at using coordinate system bouncing to align a fixture assembly. If you haven't seen the first video in this series, I encourage you to go watch that to get a better understanding of the techniques that I'm going to use for this. But this is an assembly of individual models. So I've got, these are each a different model. In addition to that, I've got a part body and a stock body. My basic fixture plates, all of the pneumatic blocks, the clamps and everything on this part. So what I need to do is to get it aligned to the XY plane. Right now it came in rotated 90 degrees a couple of times out of plane. The question here was how to get all of this moved. Obviously we can't right click on a face and align face to CS because that's going to align the individual bodies to the XY plane, which doesn't really do us any good. We need this entire assembly moved into position all at one time. So what we have is we have this fixture that has this post that is our reference location, if you will. This is going to be X0, Y0 with Z0 on top of the post. So what I want to do is create a new coordinate system, just a temporary coordinate system that I'm going to build onto the fixture so it's positioned the way that I need the part positioned in the XY plane. So this is just going to be temporary. This is going to be the coordinate system that we use to bounce this into the XY plane in the correct position. So we build a coordinate system that is correct to the part, and then we use that to move the part into the XY plane in that same position. So I've got my coordinate system built. I'm going to open my coordinate system palette, and I'm going to zoom out a little bit where you can kind of see the XY plane origin, or the coordinate system origin here. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to align the coordinate system to the cylinder. So with that cylinder highlighted, I'm going to align it, and I'm going to move the origin to the cylinder. I'm going to click off in space and click back on align origin, and in HVD mode I'm going to move this to that location. All right, now I see that my coordinate system's upside down. I've got negative pointing up, so I'm going to flip it over, and I'm going to rotate it 90 more degrees. Actually, I'm going to rotate it 270, so I'm going to do this 3 times. And if I go to a home view, I'm looking straight down on that in the orientation that I'm looking for. And the origin of this coordinate system is exactly where I need the XY plane origin to be. So with that done, I'm going to open the body bag just to make sure there's nothing in there. Click on the screen and hit Control A for select all, or I can go to edit and select all there. But I'm going to go to modify once everything's selected and change CS XYZ. Now, just for fun and games, let me go ahead and go to show properties of selected. That's not going to work. Let me go to just show properties. All right, so these bodies belong to coordinate system 1. They're assigned to coordinate system 1 right now. If I go to modify, change CS XYZ with coordinate system 2, the coordinate system that is correct to the part, selective, these parts will all be transferred into or assigned to coordinate system 2. So these are now assigned to coordinate system 2. Then to bounce them back, I just reselect everything, reselect coordinate system 1, the XY plane, go to modify, change CS HVD, and go to home view, and we're looking straight down on our assembly in exactly the correct location. So from this point, I can do a shrink wrap if I want to, or shrink wrap around whatever portion of this I want to shrink wrap, and delete my temporary coordinate system. The same strategy is very useful if you were using a stock body that is a faceted body from an earlier process. So say you've done op one, you've machined the first side, and you create a facet body to represent that stock for operation two. If you take your finished part, any fixturing you have, or anything that you need from op one that you need to carry over to op two, build a coordinate system on your part oriented the way that it's going to be oriented in step two, and then do the coordinate system bouncing, and everything, including your facet body, will go with the rest of the assembly or the rest of your parts to align to coordinate system one.